Okay, today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to utilize the ELE rotary dimmer switch, which is shown here, and to modify it so that it is compatible to work with the beautiful antique brass retro style rotary push on off dimmers that you can get through Etsy, through Alibaba, AliExpress, etc. Any number of different third-party retailers that are selling these. The reason that you would want to do this is because the module for dimming that come with the Chinese brass Alibaba switch plates does not have an adjustment trim level to set the lower most dim setting, which is important when we're talking about LED compatibility, so that like when you turn it on, if you have left it in the lowest dim setting, the light will actually turn on, because sometimes they don't turn on if it's too low. So that is why you want to use a dimmer module that has a setting for this. Now, the control stem here on this happens to use the same thread as what they what comes with the Chinese brass switch plates. So basically, you'll pop this on after you've done your wiring, and you'll take this threaded fixing ring which threads on, and then finally, last but not least, you'll put your knob on there, and all works wonderfully. Now, a few more things to note here is that the control stem and what they send from the manufacturer, it's almost like a D style, maybe a little less than a D. It's like circular, but with a slight notch. And whereas the control stem that comes with the ELE is more of like a splined, truly round plastic control stem. So therein lies the literal rub of you come in with what I used was my wife's nail file, and I kind of just slowly filed this down. I'm not actually putting any pressure on it right now because I only have one hand, but getting that sort of semicircle, almost a D, and then you kind of just slowly but surely work it until this thing will slide on with still a little bit of friction. You don't want it to like slide on and slide off. You want it to kind of push on, but you don't want too much friction because then you can break these stems. I did that a few times as I learned it. So I've done this with, about 19 of these, and it works well. The other thing that you must do, and this is because when you attach this to the plate, you put this back on just for demonstration here. When you attach it to the plate and thread it down, it's putting pressure on this. And what that will actually end up doing is, in some cases, it'll activate your adjustment button here. To activate the adjustment button, you press and hold while the switch is turned on, and then you can set your low dim level and then press the button, and that sort of sets the setting for the low dim level. But obviously you don't want this constantly being pushed by the pressure of this plate. So just very hacky, but basically what you'll do is you'll take a drill and you'll just shave a little bit of this plastic off the button. It's still pushable, even after you've indented it and shaved it down. It doesn't change any of the function. But yeah, that is in a nutshell how I was able to modify the component for the inner dimmer module component for these Chinese Alibaba brass switch plates, and they look beautiful. As you can see, you can get them engraved. If you want to talk more or ask questions about engraving, happy to answer those questions as well. And it's just got a really nice push on and off, and compared to some of the more high-end luxury Forbes and Lomax and other dimmers, These are great and they're beautiful, and love the knurled brass finish. But what I will say, and I'll do a quick demonstration of the difference in the modules for the Forbes and Lomax, which will be helpful. This is the Forbes and Lomax dimmer. Now, this control stem has quite a bit more resistance when you twist it. So for some people, that might be a nice feel versus these guys are just a little bit more spinny. It's not something that is like a negative experience necessarily, but if you want to feel just a little more resistance with your twist, the Forbes and Lomax module may be a good choice for you. It's more or less the same basic concept, as these modules here. It's a little bit different, but it's got a fixing ring as well. And this has a ton more settings built in that you can activate with certain click patterns when you turn the light on and off. You can actually set a maximum brightness setting, which you cannot do with this Elegurp thing. So anyway, but these are just leaps and bounds more expensive compared to these ones. And it's also a different look. So it just kind of depends what you're going for. We're really happy with these ones. Anyway, that is what I have. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.